It's time for The Local with your host and realtor, Katie McKinney.
Hey guys, Katie here. Welcome to The Local. Today, I am lucky enough to have Kim Hensal and the Allie Hamilton on the podcast today. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, Allie's kind of a, what do you call it? A normal person that's usually on it. A regular.
Normal person.
Oh, she is normal, but she's also a regular. Allie is a person of many talents and trades, and that's why she gets to be on the podcast so much, other than the fact that I just really like to have her on. And today we're talking about something a little bit even more special than before, not just real estate, though we love to talk about that. We're talking about a new design venture or business venture called AoK Design. Yes. AoK Design is a company which Allie Hamilton and Kim Hensal have kind of put together to highlight, for right now, it's highlighting different communities in our area, and really not even in our area, bigger areas than just Northwest Oklahoma, but some of the rich history of the town. So first and foremost, I want to introduce you ladies. So Kim, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do and how did you get to Woodward?
Well, I am an artist. I have a degree in advertising design with a focus on illustration. And I married into Woodward, I guess you could say.
You did.
I married Josh, who grew up here. I grew up in Denver. And, that's how we ended up in Woodward.
Excellent. And so it's really neat. Where did you go to school, your college?
I went to Oklahoma Christian University.
Yeah. Awesome. And she says she's an artist like it's a normal, natural thing, but she is an amazing artist. And she's got lots of work really anywhere, but she's got an Instagram and different things that you can check out her artwork. You also do, what do you call them when they're custom commissions?
Yeah, commissions
and different things like that. So she also, I will say, even if she doesn't want to brag on herself, she does great classes on occasion, usually in the summers, right? Yeah. For students and kind of promoting those arts in their lives as well, kind of showcasing some very talented students and teaching them kind of the love for art. So I think that's pretty awesome. Yeah. And then Allie, I think everybody kind of knows where you're from, but tell us a little bit about it because it's going to relate to the business that you've got.
So I grew up in Canadian Texas, part of my life, and then went to Oklahoma State University. I got a degree in strategic communications. From there, I got married and moved to Colorado Springs, where I lived for a little while with my husband, and then we ended up back here in Woodward for his job. And I've been here about a year and a half and been working for Katie, all of that almost. So it's been a fun ride, and I've always done art in one way or the other, whether it's graphic design or calligraphy, which is mainly what I'm doing now with Kim and our little business venture. But it's kind of fun. It kind of turned into a business naturally. We just love to do projects together, and one turned into two, into three, into four, and now we've got quite a showcase of projects we've done. So.
Yep. Excellent. And I think it is funny. Everybody says I've got a little business venture, and it is. It usually starts out as a little business venture, like an idea of just some creatives or a different an idea that comes to some sort of monetary thing. But with this one, it really did start as just like, this is really neat. I think we need this. And then it has just it's grown a lot. So what it is, AoK Design is, and how it kind of started is you guys started it's tea towel and canvas bag, right?
Yeah.
And for Woodward is kind of where it started, right?
Yeah. What we did kind of was I had a bag that said Colorado Springs. It had all these different landmarks of what different things in Colorado Springs, which is a very big city. But we kind of saw that one day, and Kim and I both said, we should do this for Woodward because a lot of these small towns, especially ours, we don't have many things with our name on them or have showcase, what we're all about and our businesses and our history and landmarks. And so we kind of just started off we didn't really think of it as we're going to start a business. We just said, let's do one for Woodward. And that's what we did. And the response was really overwhelming from the community. And now we sell those in Persimmon Creek and at the Pioneer Museum as well. Pioneer Museum. Yep. I said that right. Yep. Pioneer Museum as well. And now we've started doing a lot of other small towns throughout Oklahoma and some in Texas too, which we hope continue to do more for these little communities or big cities or whatever it might be, just to kind of showcase what makes them unique. And so I'll let Kim talk a little bit about the artistic process of it all, since she kind of heads that up, and I throw in my talent when it's needed, but I'll kind of let her talk about that.
Yeah. So Kim, how does it, like when you have a community, because you guys have you haven't really, yes, you might have reached out to a few communities, but really they've been reaching out to you, which I think is a very neat thing. But what do you do once a community reaches out? Kind of how do you get started in creating such a beautiful kind of creation for them to be able to sell there and highlight their history?
Yeah. Well, we usually work with a contact in the town because, we're typically not from that community, so we don't know the special places. So that contact will send us photographs of their favorite buildings or favorite landmarks or favorite restaurants or logos of special events or just a different variety, kind of just a good little examples of what their community is about. And then so I draw off of those photographs. And so I just pull them up on my computer and I look at them, and usually I'm doing watercolor and ink right now. And so I just do kind of my own illustrative style of the buildings or the logo of the place or whatever it might be. And then I pass them off to Allie, who then inserts her beautiful calligraphy. And then we put them together and lay them out with the town name and then have a finished design that then we print using a direct-to-garment printer. And a local printer in town does those for us. And then we print them on tea towels and tote bags, and then we offer them to the communities. They sell them in boutiques or, Chamber of Commerce. Some realtors like them as closing gifts.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, definitely a lot of options. And I think it's really neat. Well, I actually remember last fall, Christmas time, when we were at a women's night at, I think it was at Linda's house.
Yeah,
maybe.
it was.
And they said, wouldn't this be so cool? And they said, this was last year. And we were eating cookies and having, cider and different things. And this idea, was kind of born of, this is what we're going to do. And then now, really, a year later, you did it. And a year later, it's reaching a lot of different communities. So can you give us some names of maybe some communities, the ones that you can disclose? I know Canadian, obviously, they did one, and it was wonderful. Of course, Canadian, special to Allie and I, as that's kind of what we think of as hometown. But it did really well because they've got such great architecture, and we could go on forever. Allie always makes fun of me because I brag on Canadian probably a lot, and there's a lot to brag on. They're just amazing there. But also we've got different communities. Which ones?
We did Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Chickasha.
And we just launched Ponca City, Oklahoma.
Ponca City.
Yeah. And then Canadian and Woodward. Yeah, working on one for the Citadel specifically.
Excellent.
Citadel
so those are
Canadian.
The only ones we can disclose so far. But working on more always. And if you have if you're a part of a community or have a contact in a community that you feel like it would just be, this is just a kind of a picture-worthy, art-worthy community that has some really neat features, then definitely reach out. And you can reach out to Allie. She's kind of the contact that will start that process. And, they both do, but...
Well, yeah. So if you're a part of it, whether it's a small community, a big community, whatever it is, and you think, this is something that I think would sell well here, or we know if you are a business owner and are like, oh my goodness, I want them to make a custom town design for me and I'll sell them, whatever it might be, you can reach out to me. My number is 806-282-5052, or you can email us at order, ORDER, AOK at gmail.com. I had to make sure I was saying that right. So yeah, you can reach out to us and we'll be happy to get started. We have a little information packet we provide you with all the steps, and it's a pretty easy process once we get the pictures and what all we need from you all. And as soon as we have all that, we're ready to go on our end. And it's been pretty fun. We were talking about today how Kim was saying she was able to lay out all the towns we've done so far and kind of see them all next to each other, and it's been really fun to see, each town. Of course, we don't know how special these things are to them, but it's neat to see people's responses. I know Kim got to personally deliver our first big order to Chickasha, and they were so excited and already wanted to order more. And I think it's really neat to see people's response when they get to see their, whether small town or big town, their name and all their little places, special places in their town on a design like that, because there's not many places that do that.
No.
And it'd be a piece of art like that. So we really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. And if you're a real estate agent in another area, and if you're not giving at least just a small closing gift, I know in some states they have to be under a certain valuation, but this is a fantastic idea. So not only for business owners that they just have that special place in their store that this would go perfect, those are always welcome, but business people, real estate agents, insurance agents, it's town pride is what it is, and community pride in everything that you have and have to offer. I know that whenever I have buyers and even sellers that are in this area, they are really excited to get a Woodward tea towel or tote, because they feel like they're part of the community. Now they get to go visit these places and kind of know what is special to the people here. And so, I hope you guys continue this venture. To kind of follow up, kind of lastly, Allie, I know I've asked this before of you, but I want to make sure it's still the same thing. What is one of your favorite things about being part of Woodward in Northwest Oklahoma?
My favorite part, this is like two things. I know everyone says the people, which I agree.
Yes.
The people, not many people can live this remote out here.
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of strong people and nice people, because we're a small community. You all kind of have to get along.
Yeah.
And, so I think everyone's been really welcoming, especially since we've moved here, which feels like it's been longer than just a year and a half, but it's been nice to get to know people. So I would say the people, but I kind of enjoy being remote in some ways. And some days when I want to run to Target or I want Chick-fil-A, I kind of miss being in an urban area, but it's kind of nice. I always, when we go on vacation, we go to a big city for a while and we come back to Woodward. It just feels like home. And I think that's just because of the people, because when you go into Walmart or you go into United, at the gas station, you see people and so I really think that's what makes it feel like your own, not just you're living there, but you are connected with everything that's going on. So awesome. I think that, you feel connected either way with people or when you're at home. Awesome. I love it. And Kim, what about you? Since you're not from Woodward originally, you married into Woodward. I kind of did too, in a way. But what's one of your favorite parts about doing business and living here in Woodward?
Definitely the people and just the relationship. I love the way that whenever there's a need, people just jump all over that. Yeah. And everyone just kind of takes care of each other here, and I appreciate that. And I also enjoy just the slower pace of life. Yes. Where, you don't spend half your day in traffic, and
that's nice.
It's easy to get from one place to the other very quickly. And so just kind of a much slower pace of life, and I appreciate that for sure.
Excellent. Yeah, I do too. I just was in Dallas last weekend. I thought, my goodness, how do these people do this every day? Because we couldn't even, Dallas was wonderful. We had a great time. But when we got closer to Woodward and into Oklahoma, and it was more remote, I thought, man, I think I don't like the traffic as much as I thought I might. So yeah, you're right. It's sometimes a slower pace of life, and that is welcome, most definitely. So ladies, thanks for being on the podcast. And again, for the listeners, if you know of or are part of a community, feel free to reach out to Allie or Kim in regards to having a tea towel or something for your community to showcase that community pride and all the wonderful things that you have to offer. So thanks again, ladies.
Right, thank you.